じゃあさ、正直に教えてほしい。しおりは私に告白されて嫌な気がしたか？
I just want you to be honest with me. Are you upset that I told you I loved you? Oh, I see it. I don't hear it, but I see it. There we go.
嘘から始まる恋の夏。
Hello Nesties, welcome back. I'm recording this late again like last time. Hopefully the episode is not out late. If you're one of the Patreon supporters, thank you. And also, I know that last week's post never came up. The reason why it didn't go up was 1, I was late uploading this episode, but 2, and I'm still going to, preparing something very special in the sense that there was a project I wanted to do, a very involved joke that I wanted to make, and so I just haven't had the time to finish it. But you will, I hope that you will be very pleased with it once I do. So episode 14's behind the scenes post should go up. Actually, did it go up? Did I just? I don't even remember. Did I? I might have just apologized for it being late. No. But 14, I have something very special planned for 14. Or, well, I still do have it planned. It is planned. I just need to finish it. But I will hopefully have that, and this post will hopefully go up at around the same time. Last time, where's my gallery? We went to Kamakura, Yas Queen. And they went into this, and they clicked through this so I can get out of it. Oh, do I have to press escape? I do have to press escape. We also saw this. I think this was something that was mentioned that they just never showed the CG for. This was a flashback. I'm pretty sure we saw this happen a long time ago. Or we heard about it, but we never got the CG for it. And, oh, I guess I haven't saved yet, so I guess I don't have the picture of Riku in here. But afterwards, Riku and Shiori went to, maybe it's in here, they went to someplace that kind of looked like this, but a lot darker. It might not be in yet, because we haven't actually finished the chapter. But it was like a bamboo place. And I said it looked like the place in Citrus. It also kind of reminded me of the place in Origairu. And Riku said basically she was like, now I'm motivated, and I ended the episode because it seemed like a good place to stop. So we are going to load. I presume here she is. Now she's motivated. Chapter 11, I will. So I assume she's gonna confess her love or something like that. Seems like the appropriate thing to do with this kind of setup. All of that was just leading up to what I really wanted to talk about. Let me cut to the chase. Also, this is just like an awesome image. Like, this is just like an awesome CG. You know what? I already have a picture of this, right? Let me check. Expand my gallery. What? What is my gallery? Oh, I have to actually choose the individual thing. 372 things from UsoNatsu. Yeah, I have a picture of this. I'm gonna see if I can get one of her with, oops. I'll get it later. I won't bore you with this. I'm probably only gonna be able to say this once, so listen up. Huh? What's wrong, Riku? I want to get one of her with her hair, like, there, when it's not, like it's framing her face nicely. Shiori, please, just listen. Okay. This is the one I really wanted to get, though. It's such a good shot of her. Ellipses! Exclamation point. I love you, Shiori. I know I said it before, but I don't mean as friends. It doesn't matter to me that we're both girls. That's why I want you to be my girlfriend. Wait, what? Does that mean we'll be roommates? Wait, we already kind of were roommates. We've been roommates several times. Well, I don't know if staying the night counts as roommates.
そっか、そうだったんだね。リクは私をいつからなの？
I see. So that's how you feel about me. Riku, how long have you felt this way? Also, I just took my allergy meds, so my voice is kind of funky. I've got all this drainage down my throat now, so if the voices sound weird, that's why.
中1の時からずっとだよ。それに出会った時はまだ恋じゃなかったかもしれないけど、合格発表のあの日からしおりのことは気になってた。
Since our first year in middle school, maybe it wasn't quite love at first sight, but I was already interested in you that day when I first saw you at the ceremony.
でも私、好きとか恋とかそういうことよくわからなくって、だからどう答えていいかわからない。
Riku, I still don't fully understand the difference between liking someone and loving them, so I'm not sure what to say to you.
嘘つくなよな。
Just don't lie to me. Get it? Like UsoNatsu? Sorry about that.
そうだね。わからないんじゃなくて、拒絶したいものなんだ。私にとって。
Okay then. It's not that I don't understand what it means, but I feel that I can't accept.
Emotional damage!
お兄ちゃんが死んじゃった時からずっと恋心は人を嘘つきにするから嫌なものなんだよ。リクも知ってるでしょ。
That's how I felt ever since my brother died. Love makes liars out of people, and that's why I despise it. I'm sure you know what I mean, don't you?
知ってる。でもそれも嘘だろ。
I do, but even that's a lie. I'll reveal the truth with a lie.
どういうこと？
What do you mean?
嘘になったって言った方がいいかな。もう気づいちゃったんだろ。
What I mean is, you're lying to yourself when you say that. Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
リクが何を言ってるのかわからないよ。それに旅行の途中だよ。だからなかったことに。
I have no idea what you're referring to. Besides, we're in the middle of our trip. Why did you have to...
できないよ。旅行の途中だから。逃げられないから今夜言うことにしたんだ。
I couldn't wait. We're in the middle...
覚悟してきてる。
I couldn't wait. We're in the middle of our trip, so there's no more running away. I decided I was going to tell you the truth tonight. I came prepared for this moment. You know what they say, friendships and romances are made and broken on school trips. Well, this isn't really a school trip, but we are in school.
でも私本当にどうしていいかわからない。
But I have no idea what to say. It seems that words fail. Words fail. It's like Neon has a quota to make this joke.
じゃあさ、正直に教えてほしい。しおりは私に告白されて嫌な気がしたか？
I just want you to be honest with me. Are you upset that I told you I loved you?
しなかったよ。リクに好きだって言われて嫌な気はしなかった。
I know that we're like barely into the video. You're gonna see. By the time you get to this part of the video, you'll have already known why I did that. No, I'm not. I'm not upset to hear it at all.
ほらな、恋ってそんなに嫌なもんじゃない。私にとってはずっと大事なものだったんだ。
See, love doesn't have to be a bad thing. For me, it's something incredibly special.
思い出の地巡りはしおりが前に進むためのものだろ。だったら恋って感情を否定するのも今日で終わりにしたらどうだ？
This memory tour of yours is to help you move forward, right? So as part of that, why not stop rejecting love? You don't have to leave it where it belongs, in your memories. I guess you could say that it'll never be a memory.
できるかもしれないね。
I might be able to. After all, you know what they say, memory is the key.
だろ？
Good.
リクは私にそう思わせるために告白してくれたの。
Is that really the reason why you told me you loved me? To help change my way of thinking?
バカしおり。
You're a real idiot sometimes. What? Bullying girls? Not cool, Riku.
なわけねえよ。言っただろ。私は覚悟してきたって。
Of course that's not why. I told you already, right? I came prepared for this moment.
じゃあさっきのは本気？
So then, what you said was the truth?
ああ、そうだよ。当たり前だろ。本気じゃなくちゃ言えねえよ。
Well, yeah, of course it was. I wouldn't have said that if I didn't mean it.
なら
In that case... See, this is what I'm talking about. This is the citrus.
ならリクの言う通りにはできないよ。
This is the citrus place. And also, I think just like the Origairu Season 2, I think it was. If what you say is true, then I can't reciprocate.
どうして？
Why not?
だって私わからない。
Because I don't know. Shiori looks really different with her hair in the braid. It really gives her a different vibe. Also, they kind of look like Jedi. It's over, Shiori. I have the high ground. You underestimate my power.
だから嘘つくなって。
I told you to be honest. What?
自分の気持ちに嘘をつくのはもうやめにしたらどうだ？
Why can't you stop lying about how you feel?
だって本当にわからないんだもん。
But it's the truth. I don't understand how I feel at all.
言っておくけど私はっきり言われなきゃ諦めねえぞ。
Huh. Well, just keep in mind, I'm not giving up until you give me a solid yes or no.
どうしてそんなこと言うの？
But why?
私はしおりに幸せになってほしいんだ。しおりが本気で何か答えを見つけて前に進みたいって言うなら
I want you to
全力
be...
で助けたい。
That's on me again, Riku. I'm sorry about that. I want you to be happy, Shiori, and if you really want to find the answers you need to move forward, then I'll help you in whatever way I can.
まあそういう難しいこと全部抜きにして単純に私がしおりを好きって伝えたかったんだよ。今日を逃したらいつになるかわからねえからな。
Setting everything else aside for the moment, I just wanted to tell you I love you. Because I knew if I couldn't work up the courage to do it today, I probably never would.
大好きだよしおり。
I love you, Shiori.
真面目なとこも一生懸命なとこも意地っ張りで頭固いとこも全部可愛いって思う。好き。 紛れもなく私の初恋だ。だから私の恋人に
I love that you're so serious, hardworking, and stubborn to a fault. I love you so much that I said so much about how I loved you that they had to change the font size again. Everything about you is adorable. I love you. Without a doubt, you're the first love of my life. I want, more than anything, for you to be my girlfriend.
ごめん。
I'm sorry.
私
I just... I...
立花さんが好き。
I love Tachibana-san. Bullying girls? Not cool, sure. I love Emilia. That'll be the meme for this one.
自分の気持ちなのにわからないことも多い。恋人になりたいのかもわからない。でもね、リクの言う通り、私の立花さんへの思いは恋。これが恋なんだよね。
There are a lot of my own feelings that I don't understand. I don't even know if I want to be in a relationship to begin with. But you're right. The feelings I have for Tachibana-san are, in fact, love. It's way too soon, but I know this is love. And I gotta tell you something.
だからリクの恋人にはなれない。
Which is why I can't be your girlfriend, Riku.
言えるじゃん。知ってたよ、しおりの気持ち。
You actually said it. Well, I pretty much saw this coming. Hello, game? Game?
ごめんね、リク。ごめん。
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, Riku. I feel so bad.
もう謝んなって。謝られたら私が辛くなっちまう。せめて私の気持ちだけでも抱きしめてほしいんだ。
Stop apologizing already. You're only gonna make it worse. Just acknowledge how I feel about you and move on, if that's all you can do. Okay.
私は大丈夫だからさ。しおりは先に宿を戻っててくれよ。
I'll be fine. You should head back though. You don't have to wait for me. I'll just wait until you're gone and then I'll start ugly crying.
でも
But
頼む。
please. It's a staple. It's a romance staple for the girl to be ugly crying alone. Or the guy, I guess. It could be whoever's getting rejected, but you can't be there. We have to keep the tropes up. That's not her voice at all.
しおりの思い出の地巡りにとって大事なのはきっと明日行く場所だろ。だったら早く寝て。ちゃんと自分の気持ちと向き合ってくれよ。
The place you're going to tomorrow is the most important stop on your memory tour, right? So you should get some sleep. You need to be in the right frame of mind to deal with your emotions properly.
そういうのって体力使うだろ。
It's gonna be really hard on you, right?
でもわかった。そうするね。
But... Okay. I understand. I'll go on ahead. See how her face, Wait, no.
だかな。
No. See how her face went from like to... Oh, is that the wrong one? Which one is it? Is it this? Oh, wait, no. Wait, no? Wait. Yeah. See how her face went... She was like... There she goes. I hate to watch her leave, but I love to watch her go, or whatever.
はあ振られちゃったな。
So this is what a broken heart feels like. I wonder if it's similar to cardiac arrest.
分かってたけど分かってたことだけどやっぱきつい。
I knew how she felt. I knew this is how it would turn out, but it still hurts.
私本当に好きだったんだよ、しおりのこと。言葉にできた以上にもっともっと。
I really loved her. With all my heart. More than I could ever put into words. So much more. I don't know how to sniffle with a valley accent, so I'm just... Game?
ああ、やっぱり恋って人を嘘つきにするよな。全然大丈夫じゃねえや。
Love really does turn people into liars. I'm not okay at all. Don't Buster Wolf me. Please, Neon. It's an emotional
で
moment.
もしょうがないよな。泣いてるとこ見られたら恥ずかしくって帰ってからまた泣いちゃうからさ。
But that's how it goes sometimes. If anyone saw me sobbing like this, I'd be so embarrassed. I'd start crying again once I got home. That wasn't a very ugly cry, but I guess she was trying not to. And then this is the part where either we see... Okay, I can't do that with a valley accent either. But as I was saying, this is the part where we either see Shiori secretly saw, or Kaoru somehow secretly saw, or maybe she'll actually get privacy. We'll see. Words fail, there's nothing I can say. 'Cause I learned to slam on the brakes before I even turn the key. Before I make a mistake, before I leave it the worst of me, I never... Hey, this looks like that, the Ozu scene with the vase. That's what this reminds me of. But it's just because that scene takes place in a traditional Japanese style as well. I tried to look it up in the first response. I think this is the first response. Maybe it's not. I think that this first response, or this first result I got, is the scene from Ghost with Patrick Swayze when he's making the thing with his girlfriend. The soft sunshine beams down on a summer morning. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. I wake up to the sounds of birds chirping. She Jersey now? The chanteuse of that beautiful melody is a Japanese nightingale. Chanteuse? Chanteuse?
しおり
What? General Shiori.
おはよう ございます。
Hello there.
おはよう。早いんだね。
Morning. You're up early. Your lightsaber will make a fine addition to my collection. The lack of sleepiness in her voice makes me realize she's been up for quite a while. It seems like I ended up passing out pretty early the night before. Even after waking up, I still feel half asleep, perhaps because we're on vacation. Or, as maybe I should say, I still feel half asleep. Perhaps because we're still on vacation.
はい、緑茶を入れましょうか。
I am. Oh, do you want me to pour you some green tea? We also have blue tea, and red tea, and orange tea, and yellow tea, and cyan tea, and magenta tea.
ありがとう。お願い。
Thanks, that'd be green, I mean great. Huh? Red tea does exist. If you want to call rooibos, red tea. I don't think that you could really make any stretches for any other tea colors. I glance around the room and realize almost immediately that something's wrong. There's a distinct lack of valley.
あれ、リクは？
Wait, where's Kamakura Yas Queen?
朝一番で帰りました。今日は部活がある日なので先に帰るつもりだったのを黙っていたそうです。
She had to go home first thing in the morning. Apparently she has swim practice today, and she just never mentioned she'd be heading back early.
嘘じゃないかもしれないけど、何か隠してるでしょ。
That doesn't sound like a lie. But I feel like you're not telling me the whole truth. You will tell me the whole truth. You will tell me the whole truth.
はい。
You're right. Also, I don't think Jedi mind tricks work on other Jedi. She nods. I move closer to the low dining table and sip my tea.
何があったの？
Did something happen?
昨日の深夜、2人で旅館を抜け出していました。それでリクは私に告白しました。
We snuck out of the traditional Japanese style inn together late last night. And then, Riku, she told me she loved me. I think I figured out what it is about Shiori's hair. Normally, with her hair down, it looks very thin, almost. Like, it's long, but it doesn't look very thick. But with the braid, it looks like her hair has a lot more weight to it. Even though, ironically, I think this is a very poorly done part of the live 2D, because this kind of just looks like a PNG that's going back and forth. It doesn't really feel like it has any depth, ironically. But I think that's what it is. It looks bulkier, and I feel like it changes her outline. Shiori proceeds to tell me what happened. The slight trembling of her hand as it holds her teacup gives away her valiant efforts to mask her emotions behind a facade of nonchalance. Her explanation is brief but very informative. I see. I guess that means that you love me, and I love you, and Riku left. So it's just us, alone in the hotel room. And we still have a day or half a day to get back home. So Riku confessed her feelings. And then before I woke up, she went back home. That makes it easy enough to figure out what Shiori's response was without her having to come out and say it.
私は何度もリクに救われていました。
Riku's helped me out so much. She's been there for me countless times.
初めて出会った時もそうです。部活の見学に行った時も、中1の冬に私がお父さんと喧嘩した時も。
The first time we met, that day when we were checking out the sports club together, during the winter of my first year of middle school when I was having problems with my father.
中2の春に怖い先輩から告白された時も、中3の秋に修学旅行で迷子になった時も、冬の高校受験前で大変だった時も。
When that scary older kid told me he liked me in the spring of my second year, when I got lost on a field trip in the fall of my third year, when I was struggling in the winter that same year before our high school entrance exams.
高校に入ってからも何度も何度もリクはずっと私の親友でいてくれました。
And many more times after getting into high school together, Riku's always been by my side. She's always been my closest friend.
なのに私はリクの恋心に応えることはできませんでした。
And yet, despite all that, I just don't love her the same way she loves me. I wasn't aware of most of the incidents Shiori mentioned. There are probably a lot of other moments Shiori and Riku have shared over the course of their friendship that I'll never know about. Still, it seems like she feels a need to share these memories out loud regardless, as if to confirm her own feelings to herself.
おかしいな。
You know, it's strange. Her eyes reflect the light, like sunshine sparkling on morning dew. Before long, those reflections turn into teardrops and spill down her cheeks.
悲しいのは私じゃないはずなのに。
I shouldn't be the one who's sad.
振った側が泣くなんてずるいのに。
After what I said, I don't have the right to cry. And you know what they say, big girls don't cry.
どうして止まらないんですか？
I don't understand. Why can't I stop? This is the first time I've ever seen her cry. I don't reach out to comfort her, because I know her tears contain fragments of her memories of Riku. My thoughts turn to Riku as I watch Shiori cry by herself. I wonder when Riku made the decision to confess her feelings of love to Shiori. I'd guess she'd been thinking about it ever since we started planning this trip. Having prepared herself for the high possibility that Shiori would turn her down, there's no doubt she also looked up the earliest train back home in advance. When I think back to her smile the day before, I find myself on the verge of tears. But I refuse to let myself cry. Because, as you know, big girls don't cry. Because if I cry now, it'll just be out of a sense of narcissistic self-pity.
リクはすごいな。そして私は最低だ。
Riku is really amazing, and I'm literally the worst. No, I'm the worst. Whatever that is. I muttered to myself, quietly enough so that Shiori can't hear. Riku chose to leave in order to give us both some alone time, so I could figure out for myself who I loved more, Sensei or Shiori. That much is clear enough. I know that, and yet... Why you always crying? Kamakura, no queen.
私自分はもう泣けないって思ってました。
I thought I would never be able to cry again, ever since I became a big girl. She murmurs out loud after some time passes. There's so much weight in those words that Neon is unfortunately destroying with his ill-timed jokes. How rude.
お母さんが病気で亡くなった時とお兄ちゃんがいなくなった時にたくさん泣いて、それで涙は枯れちゃったと思っていました。
I cried so much after my mom died, and again when my brother passed. I thought I'd used up my entire supply of tears for the rest of my life.
それから私は辛い時も悲しい時も泣けなかったんです。泣いても何も解決しないって、いなくなった人は戻ってこないって心の底から理解していましたから。
I found myself unable to cry, no matter how sad I felt or how much pain I was in. I think it's because deep down I knew that no matter how much I cried, it wouldn't solve anything. It wouldn't bring my loved ones back to life. Not that Riku's dead. Even when her father was abusing her, she didn't cry, and now Neon has to put in another warning because he said he would. She didn't tell me in so many words, but it's implied in what she did say.
でもさっきは今の私では理屈の説明できない涙が出てきました。
And yet, I was able to cry just now, for reasons that I don't fully understand.
私には偉そうなことは何も言えないけどね。紛れもなくしおりの涙だったと思う。しおりの心から出た涙だったと思う。
Yep, maybe it's presumptuous of me to say this, but I'm sure those tears came straight from your heart.
私もそう思います。今のは私自身の心から出た涙でした。
I think so too. Those tears arose from my own feelings.
変わったんだね、しおり。
You've definitely changed, Shiori.
はい。はっきりと自覚できるくらいに変わったと思います。
Yes, I have. I'm starting to realize just how much.
ならもう大丈夫？今日は戻る？
In that case, are you ready to move on? Want to head back home? Come to think about it, Shiori hasn't mentioned anything about today's plans. There were a couple of moments yesterday while we were having fun when Shiori would get distant, as if reminiscing about her past. Maybe she was able to achieve the goal she'd set for herself without me even realizing.
いいえ、まだ帰れません。
No, I'm not ready to leave yet. Yeah, right. Even I knew that wasn't possible. I'm not the least bit surprised by Shiori's response.
だよね。きっと迷ってたんだ、行くの。
I figured. That's what I get. That's what I get when I let my heart win. Whoa, whoa. I second guess myself, so we're heading out again.
はい。リクにも話せていなくって、どうすべきか考えていました。
Yes, I wasn't able to talk to Riku about any of this either. And I had no idea what I should do.
楽しい旅行にして、新しい思い出だけを得るのもいいと思ったんです。今日この瞬間まで、それでもいいって思っていました。
Originally, I thought it'd be fine if we just went on a fun trip together and made some new memories. Right up until this moment, that's still the way I saw it.
でもダメだと思ったんだね。
But that's no longer enough.
はい。過去を過去にするために必要なことをまだ済ませていませんでしたから。
Right. In order to put the past to rest once and for all, and leave them where they belong, in my memories, there's still something I need to do.
私は前に進みます。もうこれまでのようにはいられない。痛くない。
If what I really want is to move forward, then I can no longer stay the way I am. In fact, I don't want to stay this way. I have to keep moving forward. Rest in peace, Monty.
一人で行くのは怖いから。橘さんはついてきてくれますか？
I'm scared to go by myself, so... Can you come with me, Tachibana-san?
うん。もちろん。
Sure, of course. She didn't say she can't go or won't go, but she admitted her fear. Hearing her true feelings for the first time makes me feel like she needs me. I know all too well the fear of facing oneself and revealing your true form. So I completely understand why she's afraid of her persona.
じゃあ早速準備を。
Okay, let's get ready to go. Persona!
ですがその前に
We will, but first,
朝ごはん食べましょう。
how about we eat some breakfast?
そうしよう。しおりらしくて安心した。
Sure, of course. I'm glad you're still the same old Shiori at heart.
含みがある気がするんですけど。
I'm not sure how to take that. We change into our yukata and head over to where breakfast is being served. At that moment, I realized we were only given 2 breakfast tickets when we checked in. Riku is the one who made the reservations for the traditional Japanese style inn. I can be kinda slow at times, but even I understand what that means. This time alone together with Shiori now feels even more significant. It's way too soon, but they think this is love. And they need to tell you something. Shiori takes me to a shrine that's about an hour away by bus and train, including the time spent walking to and from stops when I hear our destination is a shrine. I come with several guesses as to what it could be, one of which ends up being correct.
兄のお墓です。
This is where my brother's grave is, Raphael. Cowabummer. I did not know this was going to be this scene here, but I did know about this image. I saw it somewhere. I think it was a YouTube thumbnail actually for somebody else, a Japanese YouTuber who was playing this game. Maybe a couple, well, by now it's probably a couple months ago. Maybe it wasn't this exact scene, but it was something similar to this. I think it was like the finale of the game or something. This is where my brother's grave is. I can hear her trying to hold back her emotions. I feel like the old Shiori would have said those words in a robotic monotone, something like, "This is where my brother's grave is." It's a typical hot, humid day in the middle of summer, but the quiet breeze blowing through the grounds helps keep things comfortable. Perhaps because we're so far away from where tourists normally go, all I can hear besides the sound of Shiori's voice is the buzzing of cicadas from wherever they may be lurking, and the occasional car driving by in the distance. There's no sign that anyone but us has been here recently, and yet the gravestones are immaculately clean. It's obvious that someone other than Shiori stops by here regularly to maintain the graveyard.
そっか。
Right. The two of us hold hands. This looks like it could be from a completely different visual novel. I don't know anything about Shiori's brother, but it's clear that he was an important part of her life. I give silent thanks from deep inside my heart for everything he did for her. Next, Shiori carefully wipes down the already clean gravestone and then quietly leaves some flowers and incense that she picked up along the way here.
しおりが来たかったのはお兄さんのお墓参りだったんだね。
So the reason why you wanted to come here was to visit your brother's grave. How come they're putting all these CGs in now in this chapter? We had four CGs in this one chapter. We went like through all of we went like 2 episodes in chapter 10 with no CGs.
はい。ちゃんとお墓参りをできていなかったんです。
Yes, I haven't been able to make a proper visit until now.
お葬式があって、親戚も来る法事があって、その時以外はずっと来ていませんでした。法事で来た時も、私はずっと逃げるように接してきましたから。
We had a funeral and a memorial service attended by many family members, but I haven't come back here since. I skipped coming here every year on the anniversary of his death, as if by doing so I could refuse to face reality.
けれど、それだけではないんです。
But I'm not done here yet.
それは
You see... With that, she reaches into her bag and takes out a case containing several envelopes. I can somehow feel a kind of heavy aura around them.
お兄ちゃんが好きだった同級生から送られた手紙です。
These are all the letters from the classmate that my brother loved.
海での事故の時一命を取り留めたあの
You mean the one who survived when they,
はい。私に向けて送られた手紙です。今までずっと封を切れずにいたので、何が書いてあるのかはわかりません。
Yes, these letters were all written to me. I've kept them sealed this entire time, and I still have no idea what any of them say.
うん。それがしおりにとっての自分と向き合うことの一つなんだね。
I see. So this is one of the things you need to face in order to move on then.
はい、そうなんです。ずっと怖くて見ることができませんでした。
Yes, exactly. I've been terrified this whole time. Enough so that I haven't been able to open them.
怖い？
What are you afraid of?
あの夜、お兄ちゃんがどのような思いで何のために家を抜け出したのか、死の直前何を言ったのか知ることが怖いんです。
What was my brother thinking that night when he left the house? What did he say right before he died? I'm afraid to know.
けれどももうお兄ちゃんのようになろうとすることは終わりにすると決めました。
But regardless, I've decided that I'm done trying to become the same as my brother.
そもそも無理があったんです。私がなろうとしたお兄ちゃんは私の想像で作ったお兄ちゃんですから。
Honestly, I don't think it was ever possible to begin with. The person I was trying to live up to was just an image of him I'd created in my head. In my head.
だから自分ともお兄ちゃんとも現実とも向き合わなければいけないと思ったんです。
Where am I looking like in a weird spot when I'm looking at the screen? Okay, it's not like a... Oh, I have my... Oh, I don't like that at all. Why am I going like... Come on, camera. Maybe I should... Honestly, I've been thinking about whether or not I should honestly just move UsoNatsu onto my second monitor. Or something like that. And just like... Because then I know I'm looking this... Like, it's really obvious I'm looking this way and just not having to deal with looking here. I feel like VTS is trying to do some sort of like auto-correction thing to make me look straight on, even when I'm not looking at, like, the camera. So, I don't know.
By doing this, I'm not only facing myself, but who my brother really was. That's why it's so important.
うん。わかった。私のことは気にしないで。ずっと隣で待ってるから。
I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll be right here with you for however long it takes. At least unless they kick us out.
ありがとうございます。
I really do appreciate that.
She picks out one of the envelopes. Each envelope has a sticky note on it showing the date when it was sent, and the first one Shiori opens is the oldest. She reads the letter slowly and thoroughly. We spend a peaceful moment together as I watch the sun cast shadows through the leaves above us, but most importantly, the contents of the letters are not actually presented to you, the player, in any way, shape, or form, thus saving the writing team a lot of time in trying to figure out what to write for the letters.
これが最後です。
That was the last one. See how much time we saved just by doing a transition away to show the progression of time and then cutting back when I was done? I didn't even have to read them out loud.
She says after reading the last and most recent of the letters. She pinches the envelopes between her slender fingers. Slender, I hardly... The shadows are stretching out in the opposite direction from where they were when we first arrived. We must have been here about 2 hours by now.
偉かったね。逃げずに読めた。
I'm impressed. You read them all without running away.
はい。正直に言うと何度かやめてしまいたくなりました。けれど立花さんが隣にいてくれたから最後まで読むことができました。
I did. To tell you the truth, there were several times when I wanted to stop, but I was able to finish reading them all because you were here next to me.
そんなことない。しおりが自分で決めたからだよ。
I'm sure that's not true. It's because you were determined to do so. She smiles softly at me in response. The silence between us deepens until after a few moments, I break it. I'm breaking the silence today. I'll paint it on the wall.
お兄さんのことは分かった？
Do you understand your brother better now?
わからないことが増えちゃいました。
I actually understand him less than before.
手紙に書かれていたお兄ちゃんは半分くらい私の知らないお兄ちゃんでした。
The way she wrote about my brother in her letters goes against the way I remember him in some ways.
私が知っているよりも頼もしくってかっこよくって時々脆い。それが手紙の中にいたお兄ちゃんの好きな人が見ていたお兄ちゃんでした。
She made him sound even more cool and dependable than I thought, but also more vulnerable. That's the version of my brother that I discovered through the eyes of the person who loved him.
She sounds somewhat sad, but also somewhat happy as well. She goes on to say that none of the letters contain the truth behind her brother's death. None of the facts have changed from what we already knew. Her brother and his girlfriend went out to the ocean in the middle of the night, and something happened that led to one of them dying and the other surviving. Sort of like Harry Potter. Well, no, that's neither can live while the other
あ
survives.
の時のお兄ちゃんより私の方が3つも年上になっちゃってますから、なんだか微笑ましいこともたくさんありました。
I'm 3 years older than my brother was back then, and I have a lot of memories of him that I now look back on fondly.
高校生から見る中学生って当時と結構印象違うしね。
A high schooler's perspective is so different from a middle schooler's.
はい、私もそう思いました。
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Shiori falls silent, the wind ruffling her hair. She occasionally lets her gaze fall onto the gravestone, and sometimes she closes her eyes completely. I remain silent, waiting for Shiori to speak first.
手紙を読んでいるうちに思ったことがあるんです。
I realized something while I was reading those letters.
お兄ちゃんの考えを知ることなんてもうできない。だってお兄ちゃんはもうこの世にいませんから。
There's no way I'll ever be able to figure out what my brother was thinking. He's no longer with us after all.
だからこそ私が何を信じるかを決めるしかないんです。それはこれまでと何も変わりませんけれど。
That's why the only person who can decide what to believe is me. I know that was always true, but
手紙に書かれていたお兄ちゃんの姿と変わらないお兄ちゃんの姿がありました。それはどこまでも優しい私のお兄ちゃん。
there are some parts of the brother I knew that I recognized from the letters. My older brother was always so kind and thoughtful, no matter what.
だから今日からは優しいお兄ちゃんを信じることにします。私を置いていったんじゃなくて好きな人を助けようとした優しいお兄ちゃんのことを。
And so, moving forward, I want to remember him as my kind older brother. He didn't leave me behind. Instead, he saved the person he loved.
これまで私自身がお兄ちゃんを呪縛に変えていました。でもそれは私の好きなお兄ちゃんのすることじゃないし、私がお兄ちゃんにしたいことじゃありませんから。
Up until now, I've been treating my brother's memory as some kind of curse. But the version of him I was striving so hard to become isn't the brother I loved, and I don't want to taint his memory like that.
そう決めました。
That's the decision I've made.
I'm reminded of something Shiori once told me, that he had left her behind, and that he'd made a suicide pact with the love of his life in order to escape from his painful reality. We don't know whether his death was truly the result of a suicide attempt or an accident, and since he's dead, we'll never find out. I have no idea if the letters contain information on the incident from his girlfriend's perspective, and I have no desire to pry into the matter. That's why.
しおりが決めたなら それが一番大事なことだと思う。
Okay, if that's what you want, then that's all that matters.
行きましょうか。
Let's go.
もういいの？
You're all done?
はい、もう十分です。
Yes, I've done what I needed to do.
わかった。
Okay, good. After gathering up our stuff, we get ready to walk over to the nearest bus stop. As I start walking off, I hear Shiori murmur something with sadness in her voice, but I don't stop.
さよなら、お兄ちゃん。
Goodbye, brother.
As a breeze blows past, rustling the leaves on the ground, I hear Shiori's footsteps approaching me from behind. Sort of, maybe something like... This kind of has some that music kind of gave me like some seabed kind of vibes. See, the problem is neither one of them is Takako or Sachiko. They're like completely different. They're both like stereotypes of the Yuri pairings, but they're like completely different aspects of the Yuri pairings, you know? After leaving the shrine where we paid our respects to Shiori's brother, we take the 2.5-hour trip back to Yokohama. Since we both forgot to eat until now, we have a late lunch together. After that, we just start walking, man. Neither of us says it out loud, but it's clear that we're not ready to head home yet. We chat about nothing in particular, and we find ourselves naturally being drawn toward one particular spot. And I'm still amazed at how realistic this image, like this background, looks compared to all the others. Like, all the others have this sort of like this like illustrated feel to them, and this literally just looks like they just took a picture. Like, this is just a photo that they took.
思ったより涼しいね。
It's cooler than I thought it'd be.
はい、そうですね。海風がありますから、夜になると肌寒いです。
Yes, indeed. The sea breeze makes it rather chilly at night.
We find ourselves at the waterfront park. It's the same place where we met for the first time.
思い出の地巡りの始まりの場所だね。
And this is where your memory tour began.
はい、そうですね。ここで橘さんの失恋する姿を見て、私が声をかけて、そこから始まりました。
Yes, it is. It's where I saw you grieving over the loss of your first love and called out to you. That's what started it all.
びっくりしたし、わけわかんなかったけどね、最初。
I remember how surprised and confused I was at first.
お兄ちゃんを忘れさせてください。
I need you to help me forget about my older brother.
お兄ちゃんのことを忘れることはできませんでしたけれど、もう一度お別れをすることができました。
In the end, I wasn't able to completely forget my brother, but at least I was finally able to say goodbye to him.
今思うと橘さんはあの時の説明でよく一緒に行くのを決めてくれたなって思います。
Now that I think about it, I'm pretty amazed that you agreed to go along with everything, considering the way I was talking about what I wanted to do.
本当だよね。私も変なテンションだったからかも。
I know, right? It's only because I was in a weird mood as well.
私もってことは、私もってことなんでしょうか。
Wait, are you implying that I was also in a weird mood?
さあ、どうだろうね。でも、どっちにしてもさ、今ならしおりがどうしてお兄さんを忘れようとしたのかも、思い出の地を巡ろうとしたのかも、よくわかる。
Well, maybe. Either way, I understand now what you meant when you said you wanted to forget about your brother, and why you wanted to go on this memory tour to begin with.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
振り返っても、誰かから見た時に大きく変わったことはないって思います。髪が短くなったり、身長が伸びたりしているわけではありませんし、
Looking back, I don't really think I've changed all that much from an outward perspective. I haven't suddenly grown taller or cut my hair, and my voice hasn't suddenly gotten deeper like this. I find myself chuckling in amusement that Shiori's example are all appearance-based. Just like Komaru Naegi. She spends the entire game talking, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it! And then at the end she's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it! But I understand what she's trying to say.
でも表情とかは変わったかもよ。
I think your face looks different now, though.
本当ですか？
Really?
うん。多分。
Well, maybe.
そこは自信を持って言ってください。
I wish you'd say that with a little more confidence. Hee
Hee hee. Thank you very much. She sounds a little put off, then she smiles again. I take a small breath in before asking about the thing that's been on my mind.
どう？進路調査票は書けそう？
So, you think you'll be able to fill out that post-graduation survey yet?
わかりません。わかりませんけれど、書きます。
I'm not sure. I still don't know, but I'll do it anyway. I'll write something down. I can tell she means it. And then, maintaining that same level of confidence in her voice, she continues.
お兄ちゃんのようでもない。求められる私でも、理想の私でもない。ありのままの私の気持ちと向き合います。
I'm not my brother. I will face the world and my future as myself, with my own feelings, not those I want or aspire to have.
うん。きっと大丈夫。もし困ったらいつでも呼んで。
It sounds like you're gonna be just fine. You can always call me if you... always call on me if you run into any problems.
ありがとうございます。お言葉に甘えさせてください。
Thank you very much. That means a lot to me.
私、先に書き上げた先輩だから。
After all, I'm technically your senpai, since I finished first.
もう、またそういう言い方して。
Jeez, are we seriously doing this again? Shiori jokingly puffs out her cheeks, which I can't do with my model. She soon cracks a smile and continues speaking.
実はあの日、お兄ちゃんの9回目の命日にも手紙が来ていたんです。そのことをきっかけに、これまでの手紙も全部捨ててしまおうと思ったんです。
Actually, on the 9th anniversary of my brother's death, I got a letter in the mail. After that happened, I was going to throw away every single letter I'd received.
お兄ちゃんを忘れるために、お兄ちゃんがいなくなった海とつながっている海へ、すべて投げ出してしまおうと思ったんです。
In order to forget him completely, I decided the best thing I could do was throw those letters into the same ocean that took my brother's life. You ever see the Nautilus music video?
でも、立花さんと話していたら、それどころじゃなくなっちゃいました。失恋しているのにキラキラしていた立花さんを見て。
Yo, that's gonna come out. That audio is gonna be terrible. I'm cutting that out. I'm mark that. Yorishika mentioned,
but talking to you made me realize I shouldn't do that. When I saw you there, looking so radiant even with a broken heart, I changed my mind.
今はしなくてよかったって思います。
And now I'm glad I didn't throw them away.
うん、そうかもね。だって、
why is she cut off with an M dash? Does it mean that Sensei is gonna show up? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean... Shiori interrupts me with a smile before I can finish my thought. But she said, with a smile, looking at me in the eye, no matter how hard you might try to forget, you'll never be able to... Shout out to Astronaut having like just the wackest audio design ever for the music. It's basically a way of lying to yourself. Since meeting Shiori, I've come to understand that if I don't remember the past, face it head on, and leave it behind, I'll never be able to move on from it. I'll never be able to leave them where they belong, in my memories. A cool, gentle ocean breeze blows past us as Shiori continues talking. A new version of the software is available. Update will be started. No, I do not want this. Disagree. And for those of you watching, see if you can keep track of how many times the game has mentioned breezes blowing past this episode.
だからあの場所が私にとっての思い出の地巡りの第一歩だったんです。
So you see, that's how this ended up being the first step on my memory tour.
ううん違う。
No, that's not quite right.
What?
私にとっても必要なことだった。だから私たちにとっての第一歩だよ。
That was a pretty big moment for me too. So it was our first step together, not just yours.
立花さん、ありがとうございます。
Tachibana-san. Thank you.
Shiori lowers her gaze for a moment. She looks like she wants to say something, and I feel my heart beginning to beat faster as I wait. Doki doki? Doki doki doki?
立花さん、
Tachibana-san. You're looking kind of pale, and it looks like you have some arrhythmia.
With her gaze still lowered, she slowly opens her mouth to speak. My heart is beating faster than it has all day. My pacemaker is going off. The way she's acting is bizarre. No, that's putting it too strongly. But still, this isn't like her. My thoughts begin whirling at a frantic pace as I wait for Shiori to continue. What's wrong?
どうしたの？
I want to give her time to collect herself, but I can't wait. This is one of those moments when it's easy to sense the energy in the air. Not in a literal, physical sense, but in an emotional one. I'm pretty sure I can guess what she wants to say. She's gonna ask me if I want to go to Waffle House with her. The mood coming from her is obvious. Suddenly, Shiori's phone vibrates loudly. Clearly frazzled, she takes it out and looks at the screen. I catch a brief glimpse of the word "Dad" on it.
お父さんがもう少しで出張から帰ってくるみたいです。すみません、私急がないと。
My dad's on the way back from his business trip. I'm sorry, but I really have to go. I know that this confession was interrupted and it wasn't the fireworks or any other thing like that. And I know this was a really lame way to do it, but I gotta go.
わかった。じゃあ駅まで急ごう。ね。
Sure, I understand. Should we head back to the station then?
Yes.
In the end, she doesn't get the chance to finish saying whatever was on her mind. After all, we still have 4 chapters left in the game. The two of us race in the direction of the station. To be honest, I'm kinda relieved. Maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part, but if I'm right about what she was gonna say, I know I'm still not ready to give her an answer. Why you always not? She wasn't even lying there. Bullying girls? Not cool, Kaoru.
ただいま。
I'm home.
カオちゃんおかえり。
My favorite set of parents.
Oh, welcome back, Kao-chan.
おかえり。どうだった？
I don't even remember his voice. What was his voice? It was, oh yes. Why, of course I remember his voice now. How could I ever forget Atsushi's voice? Welcome home. How did it go?
楽しかった。これお土産。
It was fun. Here, I got you some souvenirs.
ありがとう。レーズンのお菓子、これ好きなの。
Thanks. Oh, raisin snacks. These are my favorite.
信頼できる筋からの紹介。
They were recommended to me by a trustworthy source.
そうなんだ。わーい。
Really? Hooray!
コールの言い方が気になるが。よし、酒の魚に土産話も聞かせてくれ。
I have to wonder just what you mean by that, Kaoru, but here goes nothing. I'll drink and snack while you tell us about your adventures.
普通に無理。疲れたからもう寝る。
Huh? That's not happening. I'm exhausted. I'm going straight to bed. When I arrived home, Mom was reading a magazine, and Dad was enjoying his evening drink. It's a little late at night, but since I called ahead and told them when I was expecting to get back, they weren't especially concerned. I can't deal with being around drunk people, and I really am tired, so I decided to head straight to my room after finishing a cup of green tea. Not black tea, not red tea, not oolong. Green tea. Tea that is green. Maybe not in color, but... I dump my stuff in my room and then immediately hop into the bath. After getting out and drying my hair, I realized my kokoro, which had been pounding relentlessly since the incident with Shiori at the park, has finally calmed down. Just what had Shiori been about to say? I have one good guess, and my inflated ego and excessive self-consciousness aside, there's a pretty good chance I'm right. Thinking about it, I can come up with a bunch of reasons why things have turned out this way. But the clearest answer comes from my intuition. The fact is, I got things the wrong way round.
しおりはちゃんと答えを出したんだ。進路調査票はまだかけてないかもしれないけど、もっと大きな人生の。
Shiori already has the answers she needs. She may not have filled out the survey yet, but on a larger scale, she knows how to move forward in her life. She made the decision instead of trying to become her brother, she would keep the memory of her brother where he belonged, in her memories, the way he really was in her heart. And instead of trying to forget him, she would say goodbye to him one more time. So one more time, it's only a matter of time now until she gets around to filling out her post-graduation survey. We only have 2 days until the deadline. The last day of the school I don't know. Maybe I don't care if I'm the... What is it? Last time I need to be the one to take you home. Maybe I don't care. Something hard. Hardly cares to be here where you are, I think. So one last time, I'm sure she'll make it in.
私、しおりのこと。
I love you, Shiori. I'm able to say those words when there's no one around to hear me. My love for Shimotsuki Mide and for Minagi Shiori. Somewhere deep inside me, I have a feeling I might finally be able to reach an answer to my dilemma, and I better shut it bang, bang, bang. And yet...
今みたいに迷ってたらしおりに失礼。そうじゃない。後悔する。絶対に。
Why she got this crease? This has always kind of bugged me. They're reusing the CG. It's great use of like the budget. I don't like this like really defined like I don't know. It just I get it. I get it. She's skinny. But like I don't like this. It almost looks like I don't know. It's like there's two sections in her torso. It's rude to Shiori for me to be this indecisive. No, that's not the real issue here. If I continue like this, I know I'll regret it. I still can't decide what to do. I'm trash, scum, filth, and once again, I'm lying here in bed doing nothing. Now loading. Clear chapter 11. Perfect. That's the end of the episode.
本気出して考えてみた。
Chapter 12. Serious Thought. Tachibana home. Living room.
よし。
Okay. Alright. Title. Well, that is the perfect... I was gonna end it anyway. After that loading screen, regardless of what
嘘から
happened.
始まる恋の夏。
It's so loud. Why is this so much louder than everything else in the game? I was going to end it anyway there. You know, we always like to end chapters when Kadi's going back in her room. It's like home base reset point, but it's the start of a new chapter, so we might as well. Anyway, thank you all for watching episode 15 of UsoNatsu. Can you believe it? 15 episodes. Not counting this episode, if you saw the tweet I put out earlier when I'm filming this, the day I'm filming this. So, that is actually, September... Yeah, September... Oh, no. It is October now. I got really confused for a second. October 1st. I got really confused because I looked at the date and time and it was like, my computer got messed up, the time was all wrong. So I thought maybe the date got messed up too. No, it is October 1st. The 14 previous episodes of UsoNatsu, after I've edited them and exported them from DaVinci, come out to a whopping 517 gigabytes. So, yeah, and I've kept them all. So, you know, I've sacrificed a lot for all of you to keep these episodes for posterity. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully this video is out on time. And once again, I'm gonna do my best to get the behind the scenes things up as soon as I can. The one for this episode might not be out when this episode goes live if you are part of the Patreon, just because I want to get 14 out and then do 15. And I think tomorrow, when this episode goes live, I'm recording this the day before it goes live. Hopefully tomorrow I should be able to get them both done. I'll be able to finish the little thing I was working on for episode 14, and then I'll get episode 15 up as well for the behind the scenes there. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I feel like we've made another major turning point in the game. We have finally, gotten some stuff cleared up between Riku and Shiori. And Shiori, I feel like this is pretty close to the end of her memory trip. I don't really know what's going to be beyond here. We kind of have, I guess, accomplished the original goal of dealing with her brother and, her memories of her brother. So I don't know how things are going to go there. I feel like we might get into some drama with her dad with the trip. I don't know. I have a feeling we might. So it's interesting to see where that goes. And there's still a couple CGs I think I've seen that I have not yet seen in game, and I'm not gonna go try and look for them because I don't want to spoil them myself, and I really don't remember what they look like that much. But there's just a couple things I don't think I've seen yet. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes through and if I actually recognize any of them. I don't think that the graveyard scene was the scene I was thinking of. I think they maybe go back to the cemetery. It's not really a graveyard, it's a cemetery. I think they do go back to the cemetery, maybe for the finale, because I think I remember a CG like that in a thumbnail. I think it was a stream that I mentioned earlier, somebody playing this game. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I'm going to stop talking so I can get this recording stopped and edited. So, as always, Visual Neon doesn't know where his camera is. Out!